What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do like my top 3 tackle rod and reel arsenal for this year, and this is also a continuation in the Googan go-to series video that I've got going on the channel right now. So as you've seen, if you've been following along, you saw that we got the rod, you saw that we got the go-to box from Googan and Ketchco, and you know we've got something going on right here. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and flip your phone up, hit that like button, let me know that you like what you see, and while you're there, turn that subscribe button from red to gray so that you don't miss any of the content. That really helps me out a lot, and it's free. So now that that's out of the way, I did get this from overseas. I don't know if it makes a JDM, I don't think it does, but I did get it from overseas, and this is super exciting, and I cannot believe it's finally here. The reel that will be going onto the Googan rod is, that's right, the Shimano SLX DC 150 HG. That is the 7:2:1 gear ratio. I have it in right hand. This is the DC version. As you know, I do have the SLX version, and I have it on a 7-foot Hank Parker Special Lose rod. Now I used that rod and reel combo pretty much all summer last year, as well as the Lose American Hero. This one is the 7:1:1. I had it on the American Hero rod, and it got shut in the car door, so you know how that goes. So it is on a 7-foot Hank Parker Lose rod as well. My absolute favorite startup combo is the American Hero. I cannot say enough about how I feel about the American Hero. This isn't an endorsement video. They do not sponsor the channel. I believe in that reel so much that I bought one of my friends one. He's not here for me to just go to the store, buy the combo, and give it to him. He's in Texas, and I was like, you know what? I feel like it would have been done to me, and you know, the level of stuff, you know, the sportsmanship that's in it, you know, just look at me and Sean and how quickly we, you know, clicked, and how things are going. And by the way, mentioning Sean, there is a lot of stuff coming with Sean coming down the pipeline. You don't want to miss it. If you don't know who I'm talking about, down in the description or up in the iCard, there will be a couple of videos tagged for you to see the adventures that Sean and I had last year in 2020. And I did break my PB, 5 pound, 15 ounces. It was amazing. But anyways, getting back to the reel, we are going to pair this reel up on the Googan go-to rod, the Googan green go-to rod, and then we are going to compare that setup to the SLX and the Lose, or the American Hero Lose. Because they're all kind of the same. I kind of realized that I got a bunch of the same type of rods, but we're going to put them all to the test. I hold that Lose in a really high standard, and surprisingly, it's really close with that. The SLX and that Lose American Hero are, to me, they're super close. So it's going to be exciting to see how this one adds to it. We got a couple more setups coming too. But we are going to be jigging, we're going to be doing swim baits and swim jigs, and we are going to be obviously doing more Texas rigging and some crankbaiting, and we're really going to get into it this year and try to learn the area even more so than we did last year with just a little bit of T-rigs and top water that we did. It is going to be really exciting. So let's go ahead and get this spooled up. You know, people say if you learn how to cast a bait caster on braid, then you have to relearn when you go to mono or fluoro. I don't feel like that's actually the case. I think it's more in how you're setting up all your settings, and we'll get into that in a minute. But then you take your backing and you're going to just make a loop like this, and you're going to make what's called an Alberto knot. But I have to get everything set up first, so hold on. So like I said, I normally run Power Pro, and I normally run 50 pounds, but they didn't have it in the quantity that I wanted, and I kind of wanted to try this anyways. This is 40-pound braid, but it's the J braid or P line or X4, made in Japan. I figured, you know, while it may not be a JDM reel, it is a DC reel that I got from overseas. Let's just put some of the Japan braid on the SLX DC. Make sure you get yourself tangled while you're doing this. It really aids in the fun. Then you're going to take your backing. In our case, in this case, it is mono. You're going to make a loop. This is called the Alberto knot. You're going to make a loop. You're going to take your pinky and hold that loop. You're going to take your braid or whatever line you're running. I'm going to pull it out a little bit, and you're going to twist it 6 times or more. I do 6. And if you are using braid, twist the braid over 6 times and not the other stuff, because it bites in better, I guess, or something. I don't know, but it slips out all the time if you don't. Then grab it at the 6, start spinning it back towards where you came from 6 more times. After the 6th time, you're going to come around with that loop. You're going to grab that. You're going to pull it through, right? And you're going to tighten that up. And this is called the Alberto knot, and it's a union knot. And then once you get it up about like so, I don't like to have any knots in it, so I try to do my best to pull them out before I get everything all tightened up like that. Moisten your line, cinch it tight, come to your tag line, cinch it tight, grab your tag line, cut it off, grab your tag line, cut it off, and you have a very strong but very slender knot, union knot, that the 2 lines really shouldn't ever come disconnected. And then you're just going to put on, you know, whatever you're using, fluoro or braid. Now Sean, he thinks it's like half full. Mine's stacking up to the right for some reason, but I like to get it about like that. So as this is, we are now spooled up with 40-pound braid, and I could go fish this right now just like it is with no problems. However, I like to run a fluorocarbon leader. I've, on my spinning rods and stuff, I've got this light 8-pound fluorocarbon. I also bought some 6-pound fluorocarbon to kind of test out my finesse stuff. But I really love this stuff, and I have coming some of this, but in 12 or 15-pound test. And I kind of want to wait to try it, but I'm going to go ahead and spool up with this for now, because I might put that on another combo that I've got coming. So what I like to do with this stuff is I just like to go out about that much, and then about that much more. 10 or 12 feet is all I'm shooting for. So same thing as before, we're going to do another Alberto knot. and then you just tie on whatever you want. That's how I'm gonna run that. The 40-pound Japanese braid and the 12-pound Suffix fluoro as a leader, and I have got the 3/8 ounce Grass Hero, the Googan swim bait or the Googan swim jig with the Googan Saucy Swimmer as a trailer on the Googan rod. Should be a banger, and that's going to be the juice. So what I like to do, no matter what I'm throwing, I will check my fall rate, and that's falling really fast, and I know you can't see it on the other side. But then I usually tighten up my drag. See there, it was barely hitting. Now, this is the SLX DC. This is the one that has a chip in it, so it's supposed to be calculating like 100,000 times a second or 1,000 times a second or something. But that's how I'm going to run it. The chip is supposed to help, so we'll definitely test that out and see. Make sure you come back because we're going to pit the new Googan Go-To Green with the SLX DC against the Lose American Hero on the Hank Parker and the SLX on the Lose Hank Parker, and we will be running the 6th Sense Divine underspin on this one. So we're going to put these two to test this year and find out which ones we like. So if you want to see what's going on and you don't want to miss anything, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit that like button if you like it. If you like the short videos, let me know down in the comments below. If you like the longer ones, like this one's probably going to be a little bit longer because we did a little bit more stuff in it. I'm hoping that y'all are enjoying this style that we're doing, where we're keeping the videos short and sweet. In the analytics, it seems that y'all want to stay around 5 minutes. So that's what I'm trying to shoot for. Obviously some videos are going to go a little bit longer, but I'm trying to make it short and sweet and have enjoyment for everybody across the board. So we were having to cut these videos up in a little bit shorter segments. If you don't like that and you want me to do it all in one big chunk, let me know down in the comments, because I am paying attention. You commenting, your likes, subscribing and sharing, all that really helps me, and I appreciate it. So next time we'll catch you on the